Hey y'all, my name is Mallory from SAHMallorie. I post all kinds of homemaking and cleaning content, and today's video is going to be an extreme car clean out. We're going on a road trip soon, and I like to clean out the car before we go because right now our car, you can't see the floor. It's extremely packed. I'll show you here in just a second. But the only time I ever clean out my car is before we go on road trips, honestly. So we're gonna head to my mom's house so I can clean out the car there. That way she can kind of keep an eye on the kids while I clean it out, and I don't have to worry about the kids like darting into the road or anything. So yeah, we're gonna head over to my mom's here in just a second so I can get that done. Now we are at my mom's. The kids are playing in the backyard with my mom, so I can really focus on this. It took about 3 hours from start to finish. But the first thing I'm going to do is take out all of the trash and kind of separate trash versus things that need to go inside. I'm just going to bag up the things that need to go inside because obviously we're at my mom's. So I'm going to bring those home and sort through those later. But I know that some of the angles in this were not the best. We have a small car and our doors can only open so much, so I couldn't get great angles sometimes. And it was super sunny this day. So I know sometimes it's kind of hard to tell what I was doing, but that's probably for the best because our car was so disgusting. The amount of snacks and food and trash in our car was horribly embarrassing. I filled I think it was like a 30-gallon bag. I don't even know. It was a giant trash bag nearly as tall as I was, and I filled it with trash. Yeah, I know as a mom, it's really hard to keep the car clean. It does kind of stress me out, but I mean, by the time we get home, I'm just focused on getting the two kids from the car to the house, and usually I'm burnt out by the time we get home because I took two kids out wherever it may have been, so our car is almost always dirty, and I usually only clean it right before a road trip and right after a road trip, so it stays dirty. And like I said, it does kind of bother me, but it's extremely nice to have it clean now. And now I want to implement a no shoe policy in my car because it's so clean, and I know it's only gonna last like a few days. But anyways, I hope this gives y'all some motivation, and the before and after on this was absolutely insane. Alright, so y'all saw me sort through trash, and I bagged up the stuff that's not trash. I didn't show that on camera just because y'all saw me sort through it, but this is all trash, and that's all stuff I need to bring home and sort through. Like I said, we're at my mom's, so I'm just gonna bag it up for now and take it home to sort through. There's a couple things that are gonna go back in the trunk, but I think I'm gonna start vacuuming now. So when I was vacuuming, I wasn't going for like absolute perfection. I was just trying to get up like the crumbs and most of the like leaves and grass and stuff in the floor. We had like sand, and some of the grass, like the dead grass, was like stuck in the fibers of the carpet or whatever, and it won't come out. I don't know if our vacuum just isn't quite strong enough or what, and there's no way I'm paying to get my car like professionally detailed right now because, like I said a few minutes ago, it's going to be ruined in like 3 days again anyways. By the time I got the kids back in the car to go home this day, they had already tracked some more grass in. So like I said, I was mainly going for more of the crumbs and food things and just whatever else I could get up. So it doesn't look perfect, but it looks a ton better than before. and I'm trying to like hold my camera sometimes so you can really see what I'm doing, because like I said earlier, I can like set my camera up at a really good angle, so hopefully this isn't too shaky. But yeah, some of this was extremely satisfying. I did consider taking out the kids' car seats so I could really clean under there, but I don't really know how to get the car seats in as well as Zach, my husband, does. And obviously, like I've said 1,000 times in this video, we weren't home, so I didn't want to take the car seats out and then not be able to get them back in because I've got to bring the kids home. So I just left the car seats in and kind of vacuumed around them. But you'll see here in just a little bit, I'm going to go around the other side to Elijah's side, and the amount of snacks over there was ridiculous. Okay, how satisfying is this part right here? This is like my favorite shot in the entire video. Also that other shot of me vacuuming up the Cheetos in the trunk. Those are like my favorite parts. It's just extremely satisfying. Right here, I keep stopping over and over because the camera kept focusing on my extremely pale arm, and so it was making the rest of the video like super dark. But then I just kind of went with it. That's why I kept like stopping, and then I'd refocus my camera, and then I'd stop again, and finally I just gave up trying to refocus it. But now I'm going to shampoo the seats a little bit, and they weren't quite as bad as I thought they were going to be. I thought it was going to be like absolutely filthy. Y'all have seen me use this on my couch 100 times. It's the Bissell Little Green machine. It's easily portable, so I figured I'd try it. I've never washed these seats before, but they actually weren't bad at all. There were a couple like little spots that I couldn't really scrub out of them, but the water that it was like sucking back out, because it like sprays water and then you can like scrub it and then it like sucks the water, the soapy water back up, and the water it was sucking back up was mostly clear, so I was actually really shocked. I was fully expecting, especially like this seat, because you can see it down on the bottom of the seat, there's like some stuff spilled, because anytime we go on road trips we like get food and I always eat in the passenger seat, so I thought it was going to be disgusting, but it wasn't. But this made our car smell really nice, and it looks a little better, but it wasn't a huge difference, surprisingly. So now I'm going to use, I had some like interior car wipes, whatever they're called, and I was going to wipe down. Our dash was covered in dust, and of course all the buttons and the steering wheel were sticky and had dirt all over them. So I was going to wipe all this down, and as soon as I sat down in the driver's seat, I realized I probably should have shampooed the seats after I wiped everything down, because I had to sit on the wet seats to wipe this all down. But anyways, yeah, it was, I had wiped down the steering wheel somewhat recently because our steering wheel was like brown. So I had wiped the steering wheel off a month or two ago, but the rest of the car I had like never really wiped down. So we're gonna get that done now. And then in the cup holders, I'll show you here in just a second, the cup holders were absolutely disgusting. And so those took a good while to clean. Alright, I scrubbed for like 10 minutes off camera in these things, and here's the progress. I'm going to leave it how it is because it's better than it was before, but I cannot get all that. It's like stuck in there. I don't even know what spilled in there. Probably lots of sodas and sweet teas, honestly. But we're going to leave that how it is because I've been scrubbing this for like 20 minutes now. And now that we're finally done with the interior of the car, we're going to be doing the exterior. We always put Rain-X on our windshield before road trips. I don't know why, it's just kind of a habit, I guess. So I'm doing that, and then I'm going to wipe down the car. I'm not using soap on it because my parents didn't have a hose because they just recently moved. So they didn't have a hose to like rinse the soap off. So I'm just going to use a wet washcloth to just wipe the dirt off. It wasn't perfect, but it looked a ton better than it did because I thought our car was white before, but the very first swipe I did, like where I had just wiped, it was such a bright white. It was an insane difference. So it was really nice to have that cleaned up, and I just keep staring at our car like it's so shiny right now. We almost never take our car to the car wash for some reason, and obviously with 2 kids, I don't get to wash it very often. Usually what we do is like Zach and the kids and I, we all go out, like when it's warm out, we all go out and wash the car together and like play in the water and whatnot too. But obviously during the winters we can't do that, so the car is kind of neglected during the winters. You can very clearly tell. But anyways, that's finally going to be all. I cannot believe the difference. It doesn't look perfect. Obviously, I'm not a professional car detailer, but to me, this is the most amazing before and after. And I really hope y'all enjoyed this too, because this was the most satisfying video I think I've ever made. Especially if y'all are moms. Hopefully this provided a sense of some solidarity. Solidarity? Is that even the word? Solidarity, whatever, for y'all, because I know as moms it's impossible to keep our cars clean, and mine was the absolute worst ever. But anyways, don't forget to give this a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!